on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, going places that I've never been.
Good morning, YouTubers. Hi, it's me, Michael Brewer, your friendly neighborhood gay guru, reporting to you from the beautiful shores of the island of Bali in Indonesia. I'd like to read you something now from the Bhagavad Gita. This is part of the Upanishads. He who hates no single being is friendly and compassionate, free from self-regard and vanity, the same in good and evil, patient, contented, ever devout, subdued in soul, firm in purpose, fixed on me in heart and mind, and who worships me is dear to me. So imagine the divine being saying that. Let me read it again. He or she who hates no single being, who is friendly and compassionate, free from self-regard and vanity, the same in good and evil, patient, contented, ever devout, subdued in soul, firm in purpose, fixed on me in heart and mind, and who worships me is dear to me. Now that's personifies the Creator, makes it seem as if the Creator is a person-like being who perceives us and our intentions. But if you look at it from a larger sense, it's saying that if you have your focus placed on all that is and oneness with all that is and with all creation, that you will find peace in your soul. It's a question of identity. Seems to me that it's so easy, and so many of us are identified with a construct in our heads, an ego construct, an identity based on our outer meat casings that we call body, our race, our religion, our backgrounds, our jobs, our financial status, our marital status, our roles in families. It's like we come into this, I don't know, I think of a snail, that wraps itself in this calciated housing, and that becomes its very being. In a way, that's what we do too. We come into this world naked little bundles of joy, and in time, we wrap ourselves in an ego identity we identify with, which becomes us. It's a false path. It only leads us to sorrow and joy, to sorrow and pain and suffering. I mean, look at that on a larger scale. What brings someone to fly a plane into the World Trade Centers or to blow themselves up with a suicide belt? It's identity with an ego construct, something outside them, something they hate. It has to do a lot to do with hate. And hate doesn't have to necessarily be a big thing. It can also be little things. I hate this situation. Like yesterday, even myself. I call myself the gay guru, but I'm a human just like anyone else. I'm in this meat casing that you're looking at right now. And here we are in beautiful Bali. And we have some things to take care of in the city. What they call a city here. There's a place called Kuta, which is a huge tourist center of mass tourism with many, many stores and traffic and this huge conglomeration of buildings and not this beautiful, tranquil scene that you see behind me, but quite the opposite. I mean, and just horrible. To be quite frankly, it's just not at all what I look for in a place like this. And we were there. We were in this hot area full of thousands and thousands of people stuck in the back of a hot and sticky taxi in traffic, and I was hating it. I just was hating it, and for a few minutes there, I just felt like I was in hell. And it's like, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? This is what I signed up for. But then it came home to me, and I said, "Look, I'm doing it too. I'm hating this moment instead of appreciating the moment." And then at that moment, just at that moment, when I was thinking that, I looked out the window, and next to us, just stuck in traffic, was this little guy in sort of I don't know, looked like an electric kind of vehicle with like a little mini pickup truck, but very small. And the back was stacked with paintings. I mean, canvases, fresh canvases. There must have been, about 24 of them, all lined up, bringing them to market. And I thought about that, and I said, wow, here I am in Bali, where the highest form of worship is art. That even in this, that they take everything they do and they turn it into art every minute of the day. I mean, that's their worship. And right away it calmed me and realized, wow, here I am identifying myself with this hateful, unhappy thought when actually I'm in paradise. And even in the middle of this chaos, a chaotic scene with thousands of cars everywhere belching out pollution, was this little guy, this little tiny man, delivering his art to the market, and he looked so very blissful and happy on his little cart there. And as we inched past him in traffic, I waved, and he turned and smiled at me. And I was really grateful to him to reminding me, not to go to hell and not to find myself full of hate and unhappiness. And it brought me back down to earth. But it really drove home to me how pervasive this whole ego identification, as Eckhart Tolle would call it, is in our culture and our lives all the time, 24/7. It would seem. Some of us are so identified with it that if you took that away, we would no longer know who we are. What if you took away the hatred of the suicide bomber? There'd be no identity left. Whole countries are based on that. Look at the hatreds towards America in places like Pakistan or Afghanistan. What would happen if America suddenly disappeared? What would they hate then? It's just amazing. Look into your own life and see what it is that you counter, what you're resisting. What is it you hate? And it could just be little things, the little annoying person at work, or the noisy neighbor, or something about yourself, the way you look, the wrinkles under your eyes, that little bit of fat around your gut, your family, your mom and dad, your brothers and sisters, your husband, your wife, your kids. Maybe you don't hate them. Maybe you just hate what they do. Maybe you just hate what they say. Maybe you just hate the situation you're in. The ego needs that hate to be alive. It's what it thrives on. I mean, there's like nothing else. It's food. And so what's the answer to that? I mean, how do we strip that away? How do we undo the hatred that's within us? Well, that's what we're all about here at One Man, Two Dogs, is trying to find those ways. I'm going to read one more quote from the Upanishads. It's about meekness. He whom the world troubles not, and who troubles not the world, is free from the emotions of joy, wrath, and fear, is dear to me. The man or woman who is guileless, pure, upright, unconcerned, free from distress of mind, who renounces every enterprise and worships me, is dear to me. He who has neither delight nor aversion, who neither mourns nor desires, who renounces good and evil fortune, and who worships me, is dear to me. He who is the same to friend and foe, and also in honor and dishonor, who is the same in cold and heat, pleasure and pain, who is wholly free from attachment, to whom praise and blame are equal, who is silent, content with every fortune, home renouncing, steadfast in mind, and who worships me, that man or woman is dear to me. It's saying that our identities need not be based on hate or fear or greed or desire or anything else, actually. We just simply are, right here, right now. So I hope you're embracing your true identity, and I'll be reporting to you more here from the beautiful island Bali as I travel around. We're moving to a new place today, to the eastern end. Signing off for today, your gay guru, Michael Brewer. Namaste.